Hi, I'm Nathan Pearce coming to you from Monte Carlo. This is our annual Agility conference. I'm here with Stefaan Hinderyckx from Dimension Data. Stefaan, thanks for stopping by.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you as well.
Thanks for having me.
Your first time to Monaco?
I've been here before a couple of times at Les Assises de la Sécurité, which is a French security trade show that happens annually in October.
The only thing I've learned so far here is that I can't afford to be here. It's quite an expensive place, isn't it?
It is rather expensive, yes indeed.
Yeah, fortunately I wasn't paying for dinner last night. So security, there's an event you did here. Security is quite important to Dimension Data then, isn't it?
It is, yes it is.
Yeah?
So security is a critical business for Dimension Data, and we've been in that business for probably 15 to 20 years now. So we have a very significant track record and a very interesting customer portfolio globally. Yes, indeed.
Excellent. Yeah. What are the types of conversations you're having around security with your customers these days?
It can go all the way from classical perimeter security to more advanced subtopics such as DDoS, which is quite hot now.
Yeah.
Or advanced persistent threats is another hot topic.
Yeah,
so it varies depending on the customer's problems and their maturity. But we can address all those challenges without any problems.
And I guess it probably depends a lot on the type of business that customer has. I mean, someone who's just providing information to the world, they're obviously not going to have political issues that might drive hacktivists, etc. Yeah. So I mean, it must vary a lot depending on the business.
Absolutely, it's quite business dependent, and of course, like in the financial community, security considerations and requirements would be probably more stringent than somebody's just publishing information on the blog site. Yeah.
So I mean, I guess what you're saying is there's no one-size-fits-all security.
Definitely
and that's
not,
where you guys come in. It's like evaluating the circumstance, the situation, the type of threats that their apps and systems would be vulnerable for.
Yeah, precisely. So we have a consultative-led approach. So we will start by listening to our customers' business requirements, not technical, but business requirements.
That's where you should start.
Which is where we should start.
Yep.
And now what we try to do is a road mapping exercise, and that goes for all of our lines of business, not just security, but also networking and converged communications, data center solutions. Everything we do is basically a consulting-led conversation whereby, based on the business questions, we start to understand what is the as-is situation today, where does our customer want to be 3-5 years down the road from a business perspective, and then we translate that into technical requirements that are a consequence of those changes in our customers' business, and from there onwards we will then roadmap and end up in high-level designs, low-level designs, so budgets, etc., and really try to become a trusted advisor. That's
brilliant. I really like the sound of that approach, because you're never going to be in the situation where you just try and flog some tin to them and and run for the hills after. I mean, you build a strong relationship, which means you're not going to give them the wrong solution. You understand, like you said, where the business is going, and that's key, isn't it?
Exactly, spot on.
Yeah. So terminology should be aligned to business, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
That's what we do. Yeah.
Okay. And beyond security, I mean, any other kind of major strong focuses for your organization?
Security is important.
Obviously,
the other division I'm driving in Europe is network integration. Network integration is 5 times bigger than security even, and that comprises everything from routing and switching all the way to, of course, LTM, GTM in the F5 world, and data center networking as well, which is another hot topic, because as you know, data center networks have very different requirements from your campus or wide area network tissue. So that's something we've been doing for a long time, and we're actually the world's largest network integrator, and highly likely the largest security integrator as well. It's hard to say though, but we're certainly one or two. So we're pretty good at it.
So it's a fair bit of experience you got in your team there.
We have thousands of man years of experience. Yes, absolutely. And
that's awesome.
And the great thing about Dimension Data and F5 is that we, of course, have a significant track record and business around those two activities. I would say the historical F5 activity, which we define as network integration. Load balancing being an essential ingredient in our approach, which we call network as a platform. But now with F5 strategically moving towards more and more security-led solutions, like ASM, APM, etc. we have a very strong heritage in security as well, and therefore we are seeing a lot of synergy from both our divisions, from networking and security, with respect to F5. And the next challenge will be attacking his applications, of course, more and more, and we're investing heavily in that side of the business as well.
The data theft side of security versus the denial of service side.
Precisely.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So I'm curious if there's something I'd heard recently whether you could validate this theory. So I've heard a lot of organizations now are they're trying to be a bit more proactive where the security fills into their application kind of deployment and development life cycles. So we've heard lots of stories. Like a colleague was recently in a meeting, got introduced around the room. They had app architects, network architects, data center architects, and he said at the end of the introductions, "Where's your security guys?" And the opinion was, "Well, they slow stuff down. We don't want them involved." There's this perception of security always being the necessary evil. Where I think that's changing now, and people are realizing it's part of the original strategy. It has to be.
Yeah,
you're seeing this?
Yes, we're seeing this. Thank God we're seeing this. More and more. So this kind of conversations is becoming fairly rare now. So I'd love to talk to that customer, by the way. But
I can't remember.
With security, 5 to 10 years ago, often was an afterthought in your software.
Throw a firewall in front of it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. And kind of management by hope, right? So which of course never ends optimally. Today, what we're seeing is that security is built into the project plan to start with, and then from a software development perspective, from an infrastructure, supporting infrastructure perspective, security is more and more taken in from the beginning. So it's built in rather than either bolt on in the best case or forgotten in the worst case. Let's put this thing in production because the business needs it, right? And by the way, did we secure it? Well, there's no time for that. I'm sorry, and then that's an accident in the making, of course. So.
Wow. I mean, for me, it's a relief to hear you are working with a lot of the organizations, because I'm a customer of a lot of these organizations.
You are, yes.
I want to know my data.
You don't want your data to be thrown on the internet or sold to the black market.
Exactly. Yeah. Not that a lot of my emails would be worth much, but financial information.
But your credit card might be worth, depending on how much is on it, between $10 and $20. Yeah.
Definitely. I think I abuse mine more than anyone else could. So anyway, so how have you found the event today? We're coming to the end of the close of day one. Has it been useful to you?
It's been very useful. We had a meeting with your execs yesterday evening, which was very, very useful for us as well. As the European management. Today, I've really enjoyed the sessions on stage.
Great.
The one from Dean Darwin was quite quite professional and very, very
he's good.
Spot on. He's really
very good.
He's a great marketer.
Very good.
And then the breakout sessions were quite interesting as well.
Cool.
Cover things like SAML and federated identity, and without going in depth because I'll bore everyone here, but that were very interesting sessions because that's some of the addressing some of the problems that our customers are now starting to face. How do you create single sign-on but across a cloudified environment, for instance, and APM is a great solution for that.
I know what you mean. And you have some systems where maybe internally your security dictates that you're going to change your password every 30 days, but then a system outside says every 60 days.
Exactly.
People like to use the same password for both, but in that circumstance you can't.
No.
New passwords, and stuff, and just having to manage all that. We're actually, without federated authentication, single sign-on, like SAML type stuff, we're actually forcing people to maintain spreadsheets or worse, post-it notes. So remember all of this. So we have to simplify the way we manage security, I think, definitely.
Absolutely.
It's good that you got along to those sessions.
That was really good. So, and I think there's a good mixture between the business side of things and some of the more in-depth technical sessions. Because in other events, it's sometimes a lot of marketing and branding and some of the deeper content is missing. I think you found the right balance here. So
thank you for sharing that.
Great event. And
you'd come again?
Happy. I'll be there next year. Yeah, if I can make it, I'll certainly come back.
You can come to the States and do it all again,
and maybe win another award. Who knows, right?
Oh, and of course you've won the award as well. And tell us about this, Chief.
We're really happy with the award. So we've won the EMEA Partner of the Year award. I mentioned Nathan.
Nice.
And we're very proud of it. And again, I'd like to thank the team, both our team inside Dimension Data. Guys have been working really hard to get to the level where we are now. You don't just get that award like this. It's because we've seen pretty stellar growth, frankly, in Europe with F5, So our team has been fantastic. It's really a team award. It's not me getting the award. It's the probably 5 to 10 people, more like 10 people who's been working really hard the last 2-3 years to get to where we are now. And also from the F5 side, the support that we have been receiving from the channel organization, from Alistair and Michael Schoenrock in particular, and Torsten Freitag, and your execs, all the way to John, was really, really great. So really proud to have that award, and we're looking forward to growing our business together with F5.
Thank you. I love the sound of that. Sounds excellent.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for coming along, Stefan. We really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
Valued partner, and great to be able to sit and talk with you today.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. We good?